Crane's Corner, news and comment. By this time next year, Donald Trump's run for the White House may just be a footnote to history. Then again, the Republican establishment could feel a lot like Judge Smales dealing with Rodney Dangerfield's character in the classic film Caddyshack. To be a good president, you have to have a tough skin, like a cantaloupe or a navel orange. Trump's skin, it seems, is thinner than a Pinot Noir grape after harvest. And the view here is that has and will be his undoing. But for now, he is still the front runner among Republicans, and he had been doing well for a while, even with Republican women. Now, they don't seem to care that he's been married 3 times and that his current wife, a Slovenian-born model, would not only be the first presidential spouse born outside the country, she would be the first to have been publicly photographed in the nude. Looking back at Mary Todd Lincoln or Eleanor Roosevelt or Lady Bird Johnson, you could conclude that's probably a good thing. Despite changing wives every so often, Trump is said to be a good family man. In numbers alone, you can't argue the point. He has 5 kids, ranging from 9 to 37, 10 grandchildren. Trump released his immigration policy a few months back that does stop short of shutting all Taco Bells and banning the sale of sombreros, but calls for a Mexican standoff. If you're here illegally, you'll stand off on the other side of the border. Trump hasn't said if we'll be getting used to Norwegian landscapers or Pakistani busboys, but a Trump administration would apparently downsize the Mexican South American labor force in big numbers. Now, with Hillary Clinton's playbook of deceit making the worst used car dealer blush, why are the Republicans so concerned about Trump? Any Republican should keep his or her eye on the game plan, which is to beat Hillary. Plain and simple, whether it's Trump or Cruz or anyone else. Now, Trump isn't Lincoln or Reagan or TR, but if he is the Republican standard bearer and the will of the voters are behind him, get over it. Why worry that he's resonating in a country that seems to know more about the measurements of the Kardashians than the articles of the U.S. Constitution? Are you surprised? When it comes to the unofficial recreation of most presidents since the dawn of the 20th century, Trump could make his mark. Word is he's a 4 handicap, which means he bangs it around on the fairway in the low 70s every time. Now compare that to, say, Dwight Eisenhower, who had to have a tree cut down at Augusta because his golf balls kept hitting it, or Bill Clinton, who's hit more blue dresses than greens in regulation, or Dick Nixon, who quit the game after carding a 79. I think Rosemary Woods might have been scoring. If Trump is that consistent on the golf course, leading the country should be a tight par 4. He just needs to stay out of the hazards until that finishing hole in Cleveland. That's Crane's Corner. I'm Ed Crane.